talked me into getting insurance. So I went into insurance, and wasn't doing too good in there, but anyway, we went back to Colorado Springs. And, I went to work for, what the heck was the name of that outfit? Where they swore so much.
Where they swore so much. It was an insurance
Yeah, I was in,
company.
yeah, and I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, I mean, they didn't call a person, by a name. They called him some dirty, filthy name.
Yeah, they were just really like.
This SO and so on, you know,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and all, and, you know, they just talked, even the secretary in there talked stupid. Well, anyway, I'm sitting there and I've outdone the manager, the so-called manager. I'd already outsold him that week, and he's standing there talking to me and all this filthy language and looking at me every time he was cussing everybody out, you know, and I thought, well, it wasn't producing enough to suit him. Well, anyway, I went home, and where were you working at? You was working somewhere.
For kids only, here.
Was it
somewhere.
kids only? I couldn't remember.
That was.
I know we were living on Holly Springs. I went home and,
Little
and I
Barnes.
was sitting there watching TV, and Physicians Mutual come on. And, they came on the thing, and I thought, gee, I just can't put up with this, because they just was filthy. Anyway, I, called them up, and they give me Joe's number, which was in Denver, and I contacted him. I said, listen, I said, you ever looking for any help? And he's, yeah. He says, sure. So he said, well, can you come up tomorrow? And I said, sure. I went up, this was Monday, and I went up Tuesday morning, and I said to him, Joe, I said to him, I says, if I have to put up with language like this, I said, I don't even want the job. I just wanted to let you know. And he said, you talk like that around here, and you won't last but about 15 minutes. So I said, I'll take the job. I didn't ask him what pay was or what. I just said, I'll take the job.
He was the leading man.
I was the leading man for 4 years, well,
4
five,
years.
actually 5 years,
Yeah,
because
5 years straight. He took all the awards. I remember I was so proud of him. He did, and him and Joe became best friends, really good friends.
we're still
You know,
good
that was
friends.
the head guy, yeah.
Yeah.
We're still good friends.
Yeah.
Joe
He did
Rouse
so
was
good
the
in that.
was the manager, and I called him here, I don't know when it was, just not too long ago.
Yeah.
I called him, and he said, listen, he said, you get back here, he said, come see us and come stay with us.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah,
But the younger men didn't like him at all. They were very jealous of him because, you know why? Because they were out playing golf. Oh, no. I look terrible.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Anyway, they were out playing golf, and he was working his tail off. I'm not kidding you. He was hitting the doors and doing everything he needed to do as a salesman, and that's how he made it for 4 years in a row. Almost, no, it was 5. And then remember, what's his name? Jim Gable.
Yeah.
He came along. He was a guy about how many pounds?
oh geez.
Probably 450, 40,
Big,
50
big,
pounds.
big, big
He
old
come up and
fats.
told your grandpa that you better look at that hard, because he said, let me see that a minute. His plaque, he got a plaque every year, and he goes, next year I'll have it. Yeah. Jim says, I don't care. You can have it. It was horrible. Well, he did do it. He did, the next year he did get the award, but what he did was, he worked for a different company. Go ahead.
He transferred a lot of stuff from the other company
Company,
over to
that's why how
Physicians
he won it.
Mutual,
It
and
wasn't
he
even
really,
fairly won.
and
He didn't-
Joe told him, he says,
Yeah.
he said, you don't even
Yeah.
deserve this, you know that.
Yeah.
And he didn't know, I'll never forget that. The look on old Gable's face was, you could have scraped it off. It was,
But he just did so well. I remember we had to get up at the convention in Hawaii, and oh my gosh, gosh, I was just shaking like a leaf off a tree. I was scared to go up there. He had to get a ward, and then he got a ring because
Yeah,
we
I
went
got-
over for
I
4
got
years
ring on.
and stuff like that. But you know, he did very well. I was very proud of my husband.
That's good.
What's the
That's
end of
good.
the story, honey?
The end of the story is it's here, and I'm
Yeah, we're here in
got a
Ideal.
pain in the rear end.
Well, you got a pain in. He does. You know the.
Feels
sci-
like, it's like
the
there's a
sciatica.
boil back there is what it
We
feels.
call it sciatica.
Yeah.
I have questions
quite
about
loud.
the stories that you were telling earlier that we didn't record.
Okay, go.
You're
Okay.
being recorded, honey. I didn't
I'm gonna
know
start a
it.
new video.